Welcome to Bang for Buck PC Gamer.
Hey guys, it's Bang for Buck PC Gamer here. I have decided to upgrade the cooling on my NVIDIA GTX 1080 Founders Edition with the NZXT KRAKEN G10 and a Corsair H90. Now the reason I'm upgrading the cooling on my NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 Founders Edition because quite frankly it's just not good enough. For a $700, £620 in my case card, you'd expect some better cooling, and apart from that I'm very happy with the performance of the card, and as a result I've decided to spend a bit of extra money to upgrade the cooling just to give myself cooler temps, quiet operation and greater stability with overclocks. So here's a look at the cooler that I'm going to have to remove, which is a shame because it is pretty good looking, but unfortunately it's just not really up to the task. So I'm going to be using the KRAKEN G10 bracket from NZXT and the Corsair H90. I chose the H90 because it's a 140mm radiator, and I plan on either mounting it at the rear or at the front of my case, so either one suits me. I'll just see which looks better once I've mounted this. So what I'm going to do now is take off the cooler. Not really going to go through showing you how to do that because it is a long process, and I'm sure you can find better videos online. So 40 screws later, the heatsink's off, and this is the rear naked PCB of the NVIDIA GTX 1080. All I've got to do now is clean off that thermal paste and then prepare the bracket for mounting. I have now prepared the NZXT KRAKEN G10 bracket. So this is the back plate what's going to mount the Corsair H90, and this is the bracket that's going to hold down the Corsair H90 and obviously the 90mm fan as well. That's going to provide cooling to the VRM area of the video card. So this is a tricky part, and I'll let you know how it looks when I'm finished. So this is the end result. Corsair H90 fully mounted to the GTX 1080 Founders Edition. As you can see, the KRAKEN G10 bracket allowing some VRM cooling. Hopefully it will be sufficient. I did buy some RAM heat sinks, but they haven't turned up, so they'll probably come on Monday, so I may install those later depending on how well the cooling is at the moment. But I'm about to put this in the system and see how well this thing cools. So after removing the NVIDIA GTX 1080 Founders Edition blower style stock cooler and installing a Corsair H90 all-in-one cooler with the NZXT KRAKEN G10 bracket, these are the final results. So I've decided to mount the Corsair H90 to my rear in push-pull, and that's all being controlled by the Corsair Link software. So I've got complete control over the GPU fan speed. I've got the pump connected to my system fan, and I've also got the VRM fan connected to my system fan as well. So every single one of my fans in my case is fully controlled, and I'm about to show you guys some of the results. Okay guys, before I show you some gameplay and some performance numbers, I just want to quickly go through the settings I used for the comparison. So I increased my voltage by around 30%, put the power limit all the way up to 120%, core clock I increased all the way up to 220, and memory I only increased by 100, as I haven't got any cooling on the memory at the moment and I don't want to risk causing any damage. So that's pretty much the settings I use for the comparison. Drivers are FreeSync 8.81. The 5960X is overclocked to 4.4 GHz. Memory is also running at 2666 MHz. So that is pretty much it for the specs. So rounding things off, I'm pretty happy with the difference in temperature. I've basically reduced temperatures by around about 23 degrees Celsius on average, which is decent. And I'm holding 2.1 for the most part for almost all games. So 2.1 gigahertz GTX 1080 averaging around 57 to 55 degrees is pretty decent, and I'm pretty happy with the performance, especially at 1440p. So hopefully this video was interesting to anyone that was thinking about doing this. So you may have better results than me. It was a really hot day today as well, so obviously my overclock's not finalized. I just wanted to quickly get something in so I could give you guys something to look at. Obviously probably by the end of this week I'll know exactly what my card can do, but I'm hoping for about 1.4 gigahertz, 2.14 gigahertz or 2.15, nothing more than that. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.